Why do you never remember to order the books before you start the video, Jim? Honestly. Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. It is hot and you, quite frankly, should feel privileged that I am filming a video without the fan on. So, I am here because I want you to help pick my TBR, because every time I go on holiday, I always want to take about 25 books with me, which sadly is a little unrealistic, I would say. But I'm very excitingly going to see my parents up in Yorkshire, and I hope to get some good reading done. So, I've got 3 books I'm pretty set on, and then I want you to pick another 2 or 3. So I'll just quickly go through the 3 I'm going to definitely bring, and that is Heatwave by Penelope. I don't know if it's lively or lively, but this is a mother and daughter story, and I love those stories, and it's about a mother watching her daughter's relationship go wrong, I think. But it just feels summery and appropriate and seasonal, and I bought it in a heatwave a couple of years ago, so it's time to read it. And then I got another non-classic, about Lucia by E.F. Benson, which is about, I think it's, Miss Mapp is the kind of creme de la creme of society in the village of Tilling, but then Miss Lucia rocks up and knocks her off a pedestal, so it's about them kind of warring in polite society, and it just sounds like a nice funny read. And then I also have Summer Water by Sarah Moss, which I have been saving for this holiday, so very excited. It's along the same lines as Ghostwall, I think, so it's set in present day and it deals with political tensions while people are on holiday, and I think it deals with class as well, and it's such a pretty cover. And also, I hate the paperback cover. It is so ugly. So I'm really glad I bought the hardback now. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, I'm going to go through, oh my god, they're all over the place, 10 books. And I'm going to ask you which ones you think I should read the most. So, we have Vera by Elizabeth von Arnhem. I read one of her books on a holiday a few years ago and loved it. I've read a couple of her books now. She's such a good writer. This is a kind of, I think, thrillery mystery story. It sounds quite similar to Rebecca in the same kind of vibe, where a woman marries a man and moves into this house that has this kind of presence, and he was married before, I think. So I just love her writing and think it will be not like gruesome or anything, because I don't really like crime, but this feels like a kind of more cozy, thrillery read. So I think this will be quite nice for a holiday. And then I have a classic that has haunted me for so long, because this was on my degree in second year, and I haven't read it. I read 60 pages, but it's the story of an African farm by Olive Schreiner, which is an interesting classic. It's part of the New Woman, late 19th century movement, so it's quite feminist, and there's also a character that's sort of portrayed as sensitive as well, so he's meant to be like a new man, part of that movement. So it's a very interesting book. I just haven't read it, or haven't finished it, so maybe this is the time, because again, it feels like a summary book because it's set in South Africa. A beaten up copy of The Longest Journey by E.M. Forster, because this is the last novel that I have to read. And it's also my dad's copy, so it'd be quite convenient, because then I could read it and just whack it back to him, obviously very gently back on the bookcase. But I first read Forster on a holiday as well, so it'd be kind of nice to have that symmetry. But I don't know. And then we have a book that, to be honest, just feels kind of summary because of the colour and the cover itself. But this is The Age of Light by Whitney Schaefer, not Schaefer, Scherer or something, and this is about Lee Miller in Paris. And I love Lee Miller. I just read The Lives of Lee Miller a couple of months ago, so it'd be nice to kind of read this with that quite fresh in my mind. But I actually don't know if I'm going to love this. I bought this book because I love Lee Miller and an author recommended it, so I trust her. But I feel like it's the kind of book I need a holiday for, because I'm probably not going to pick this up in a normal TBR month. So maybe it'll push me to read it if I picked it for holiday reading. I don't know. That is also true of the next book, The Loving Spirit by Daphne du Maurier, her first novel. So obviously not going to be as good. Sounds a bit romantic. I think it's, oh yeah, I don't know when it's set, but it's set in the past at some point, and the protagonist is called Janet, which is just so quaint. But I still think it would be nice to read the first book. I still think she's, even though she won't be as experienced a writer, it's probably still alright, you know, probably going to still be a decent 3-star read, and I've had this for a little while, and I want to buy more of her books, but I feel I can't justify it because I don't want to read Rebecca yet, I don't want to read My Cousin Richard yet, because I kind of want to save them for later, because I intend to read all of these books, so I need to get on this one. So maybe it's time, I don't know. And then I have a book that is quite different. This is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, because I don't know when I bought this, but it was a while ago, and I know you may be thinking, Jenny, this is a sad book. Why would you want a sad book on holiday? But listen, I do sad books. I like sad, I'm quite drawn to melancholy things, and if I have something funny like Map Lucia, then I feel like I could be balanced down, I could read for different moods. Ooh, and it is long, it's 476 pages, but again, sometimes it's nice to have a long book when you have the time, and you can read at your leisure. Or maybe it's just not for now. But I've always felt like I want to read this in the summer. It's set in California, mainly, at least, and that's it, just, you know, a hot, dry state. So I always feel like every summer I think I'm going to read this book, and then I don't, and then I think, well, I have to wait till next summer, so maybe I should just flip and read it on holiday, and then I would have done it. The short story collection. Again, there's just a theme here. Basically, most of these books have a summery cover, and I feel like they're a summer book because I'm silly and I do feel like some books should be read in certain seasons. Anyway, this is The Garden Party by Catherine Mansfield, who I've never read before, but she was mentioned in Spring by Ali Smith, and that made me want to read her. And I hadn't picked a short story collection for August, so maybe this could be it. I don't know. Don't know how many stories. Oh, it's 15. There's 15. And apparently they're humorous, so that could be nice. I don't know. And a good adventure story. It's Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Again, I feel it's a summer book, but I'll read it in October, like I said before, if I don't read it now. But it's quite short, which is nice. I wish it had pictures. It doesn't have pictures. It feels like the kind of book that it should have pictures, and it would be enhanced if it had pictures. Sort it out, Penguin. But it's a pretty cover, so you know. You win some, you lose some. I feel like everyone knows what this is about. It's Jim Hawkins. He goes on a ship. There's a map. What a surprise. There's treasure. There's pirates. There's treachery. There's a wooden leg. Whoa. So, there's a parrot. I think. Yes, yes, at least one parrot. Maybe plural. I don't know. I'm going to find out. But maybe not for the holiday. Maybe I will find out for the holiday. You decide. And then last but not least, we have another sad book. This is... Oh, I didn't really hit myself at heart. This is Hamnet by Maggie Farrell. You guys, I have tried to read this twice. And I've so far got as far as 33 pages. I think I still have the bookmark in there. Yes, I do. I am this far in to this beautiful book. And I just am at that point where I want to have read it. But every time I try, I am too sad. Because there is immediately this foreboding and this sense of all is not right. And I've just been in a space mentally where I can't deal with it. But maybe if I'm on holiday and I'm chilling with our family and we're having a nice time, maybe I'll be able to deal with it. I don't know. I just heard such amazing things. And the 33 pages I have read, to be fair, very well written. Just not sure if now is the right time. But maybe it is. I don't know. So, yeah, those are the 10 to pick from. So please comment, don't be shy, 2 or 3 books that you think I should take with me. And whatever you vote for, I'll take. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's all I have to say. I am so hot, so I'm going to go now. But whether or not you're going on holiday, I hope that you're well and taking care of yourselves and being kind, and I will see you soon for Bookish Shenanigans. Bye!